What's on YouTube, it's PTT and welcome to another Division video. Today's video carries on the how to build a character guide, so welcome to episode 2. The aim of today's video is to cover several things from armour attributes to the 75% armour mitigation cap. I think that the first thing to cover is the 75% armour mitigation cap, as a new change came out with the 1.2 update, raising the armour cap from 65% to 75%. It is something I know to be confusing both new and veteran agents alike. So what is the armour cap I talk of? Well, if you pull up your character's inventory, you can change tabs at the top of the screen to character. This is the sub-menu to find all of your character's stats. Now, if we scroll down to the titled section Survivability, you will find a listing for armour. As you can see on the screen, the description for armour is as follows. Mitigates 75% weapon damage. Now, I have a 5,410 armour rating, meaning I mitigate 75% of weapon damage. When you first start out, you obviously won't reach this armour cap, but the 75% benchmark is the mark to aim for when building your character, no matter what kind of setup you are running. So the next question is how to get to that 75% cap. Now, this is actually easier than some people may lead you to believe. You see, all armour has an armour rating, and these numbers can be seen on the screen now. The thing to remember here is that armour can not only roll with various numbers, but can have armour added to them in various ways. Let's move now on to armour attributes, and these can directly impact you hitting the 75% armour cap I have been talking about so far. Every piece of armour has major and minor attributes, as well as skill attributes. Now, obviously, the better gear you have, the better stats you can roll onto them. These include armour. So when trying to reach the armour cap, you will need to roll armour onto some of your gear, as well as major attributes. Armour, however, is not the only major attribute you can roll onto your gear. When talking about what to roll on your gear, you need to ask yourself yet another question. What do I plan on playing? PvP or PvE? Depending on what your answer is, really can influence both the gear you go for and the attributes you roll onto them. Now, we're not going to go too much into detail on specifics for a PvP or PvE build in this video. We will save that for another day. Instead, we shall look at the Recalibration Center and talk a little bit about what we can re-roll and how. So, you have just had a piece of gear drop with base stats of electronics, and you want to recalibrate them to, say, firearms. You must first head to the Recalibration Center. This can be found upstairs in the base of operations, in the tech wing next to the special gear vendor. Next, you need to select which piece of armour you wish to recalibrate. From there, you need to select what you wish to re-roll. For an example, we will re-roll electronics to firearms. What you do next is hold down the button that your selected console requires. A few funds will be taken from your wallet and you will have successfully recalibrated your armour. Now, it is worth noting, guys, that every time you re-roll, 1, it will cost you more each time, and 2, the value of the reroll is RNG based, so you cannot control the value going up, down or remaining the same. Now, let's talk a little bit more in detail about these major attributes, as these are very few to choose from that actually change your stats. When talking about stat changes, you can roll for things like protection from and damage to elites. These attributes will directly affect your survivability and damage output against elite and named enemies. It does not, however, affect the elite's armour, just their health. Talking of health, there is an attribute that can be rolled called plus health, and this will increase your maximum health by whatever value comes out. You can roll over other attributes such as plus X percentage of enemy armor damage, thus increasing how quickly you can take down an enemy's armor shield, then getting you onto their health bar quicker. You can choose to roll skill power as a major attribute if you need a boost to your skill power without the need to increase your electronics on your armor. Another option is to roll things like ammo capacity on your chest and backpack, thus increasing your ammo capacity by up to 100%. There are so many to choose from in the major attribute section that until you have answered the earlier question, what do I plan on playing, it can make decisions really difficult. Let's move on to minor attribute then, guys, as these can also affect things like your survivability, scavenging and XP gain. Now, as I have said before, you really need to decide what you are going to play before you re-roll, as you can only re-roll one stat per piece of armour. With things like burn resistance, shock resistance, scavenging and increased kill XP, just some of the possibilities to re-roll on the minor attribute section on your armour. Until you know where you're going to be playing, I wouldn't re-roll a thing. Let's quickly try then to break down the best, in my opinion, major attributes you can roll for on any character and any general build. Up first, combined protection from and damage to elites. This will make play of things like challenge mode, incursions and the dark zone a lot easier. Increased ammo capacity is a great addition to any build. You can never have too many bullets. Armour we have covered and spoken about, and the importance of the armour stat and the 75% armour mitigation. Things like exotic damage resilience are very situational, and as I've said before, until you know where you're going to be playing, specific things like this should remain until later on in the game when fine-tuning and selecting such things as gear sets. Now, I know I've waffled on a little bit, guys, but I do hope this video has answered some of your questions. I hope it has helped you out. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to let me know any comments you have in the section down below. If you've still got questions, guys, ask me. I will do my best to answer them. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe because there are plenty more Division videos coming your way. And as always, agents, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I will catch you all soon.